r/AskReddit. What is the most cringe-worthy thing you did to woo your crush? In the 8th grade I printed out Green Day lyrics and wrote I love you on the end. Then taped them all over her desk and chair. Somehow, it didn't work out. Gotta use Coldplay lyrics, man. Pick flowers at night. Put them in front of her door. Not even a note, or a name, or anything. Just the flowers. Even denied when she asked if they were mine. Don't know what I was trying to accomplish there. Killing flowers in her name. Dropping off their remains by her door anonymously. I think the message was clear. You're next. Either that or he's just preparing for his transition into becoming a cat. I wrote him an essay to confess my love to him. 7 pages worth of cringe. Front and back. Well, upload the cringe manifesto. All of Reddit wants to see. Kidding, unless you wanna upload it for us to see. I had a phone that barely had a Facebook app. I thought I was searching her name to creep on her. I actually posted her name as my status. Holy shit, this is like my worst nightmare. Classic. When I was 14 I made a fake website for a fake movie to prove to a girl I was starring in a movie. Edit. The movie was for a remake of The Thing since the game was popular at the time. The website was purposely vague and mostly just blue text, almost like a viral site. And no, it did not get me laid because she was a lot smarter than I was. Well, was she impressed? Looking back I'm sure she knew but never called me out. That's actually pretty badass. I was really into dragons growing up, like really into them. I had a book called Dragonology, which I had with me all the time. In the book there was a language key for dragon runes. Well, me being my sly mysterious self, I wrote her a love note in these runes with a little key on it so she could figure it out. Didn't say it was from me. I slipped it into her locker and she confronted me the next day. I was amazed that she knew the note, the one written in dragon language, was by me, the kid that was obsessed with dragons. Thinking back I must have come off like a greasy haired Zodiac. Holy shit. Dragonology. You just took me back. I was in a group of kids who were obsessed with dragons during school. We'd pretend to have various types of dragons, all starting at eggs. It wasn't fun at the end though because there was the kid whose dragon would always grow faster than ours despite said kid not following the timeline for how fast dragons hatched. That brat. He'd always brag and when we try to call him out, he'd say that his dragon was different and better than ours. I had an ice dragon that never grew up past hatchling state before the game ended. Yo, that game sounds ducking sick, can I play? When I was little, I saw Ice Age and there is a scene where Diego wakes up and yawns and since he's a saber-tooth, you see his huge awesome chompers. So, my dumbass would sit in my chair, facing my crush and yawn with a giant open mouth, baring my teeth, hoping to woo in my fair lady, but alas, no luck. Flawless logic, surprised it didn't work. Throw the beach a yawn. Beaches love yawns. I worked in the office at a construction company part-time at 17. I'm a flirt anyway, but there was one young guy I actually had a crush on so I always thought he was flirting with me. For his birthday I found a doll-sized truck that looked exactly like his and baked him a cake shaped like a garage with the truck inside. Yes, it was difficult and time consuming. Wow, this is amazing. My wife is gonna love it too and probably want to know how you did this. Pro tip. Guys in hands-on vocations often don't wear wedding rings for fear they will have to be cut off in an accident. At least he was able to let you down gently without being like LOL sorry I'm married. He gave you a way to think he didn't even notice. On another note, my brother is an electrician and had the inside of his wedding ring lined with rubber or something to avoid electrocution. My dad never wore his wedding ring because when my parents first married he was a mechanic. Feared losing it while working. But even though he's a manager now he still doesn't wear it lol. Edit. Okay, I've never said I was an expert on electricians and their wedding rings. All I'm saying is that my brother got his ring customized in order for him to be able to wear it on the job, and that he's an electrician. I just assumed it was lined with rubber or something. Please stop blowing up this comment with no. That won't work, I'm not the one who's an electrician. I knew which way she walked home from school. So one sick day I wrote I love Heidi in giant chalk letters on the sidewalk where I knew she'd pass. I hid in the bushes and when she walked by I yelled Luok Duo. She promptly decided to speed walk the rest of the way home. I never told her it was me. Did she see you? I would be so creeped out if someone yelled that while hiding in a bush, out of sight. Hide for Heidi. She was already in the process of giving me the thanks but no thanks, and in a bit of desperation I tried serenading her with some sweet no doubt over the phone. 18 years later and we are happily married. To other people. 18 years later and we are happily married. D. To other people, comma. So much shitty teenage poetry that I thought was deep. Found a couple of them a few months ago and had to resist the urge to cringe my way into traffic. Shitty poetry was my thing. I am so glad my teenage angst poetry got lost along the road of life. I have nightmares that while receiving an award for my writing someone will stand up and start reading the lost cringefest poetry. I wanted to be her partner when we got in pairs in Spanish class. I was mentally preparing how I was going to ask, but when the teacher said to find a partner I just yelled her first name really loud. People stared at me and she was embarrassed. I think it is one of those times where I look back and still cringe. That's like straight out of a comedy. It's something that would happen to Tina from Bob's Burgers. Well, did she end up being your partner? This only gets better, or worse, if she says no. We were partners. I think she had a crush on me too, but I was so shy and inexperienced that I had no idea what I was doing, so of course nothing ever came of it. I drew a picture for a girl in middle school to ask her out. It was of us holding hands in front of a sunset. She showed her friends and laughed at it with them, comma. Bruh. I tried to sing her a song while playing it on the piano. I can't sing. I can't play piano. I just knew the basic tune and knew that the higher notes were to the left on the keyboard. I didn't even know the words to the song. Looking back, it was pretty obvious she didn't even want me to sing to her. She was being polite. Oh god OP. Why did you make me relive this memory? The higher notes are on the right, unless there's such a thing as left-handed pianos. Oops, guess I proved my point. I bought red roses. Got up early, went to her place and placed one rose on her doorstep, one on her windshield, one on her desk at work and one in her coffee cup. She was a little creeped out. This sounds like the beginning of a horror film. I can see her excitement turning to fear as every rose is revealed. Then he comes out from the closet with just a rose in his mouth. Oh, look, one is sticking out of his pee hole. 3rd grade sent a letter to his house, like a dork. Meet me in the schoolyard Saturday. That spelling error has haunted me for years. He brought it to school and asked if it was from me. I did not sign my name or anything. Deny till you die. Meet me in the schoolyard Saturday. That spelling error has haunted me for years. This is probably the funniest thing I'll read today. Gave him a worm. I was 16. It did not work. In middle school, I had my mom spend $40 to $50 on a heart-shaped locket with her name engraved on it. I still cringe to this day thinking about it. Edit. Damn English professionals turned me into a Wincest kid. In elementary school, there was a necklace pair that was each half a heart that fit together at the kids bookstore thing. I bought it and put one half on her chair thinking she'd find me with the other half and we'd fall in love. I'm dying just thinking of it 20 years later. Or what? That's some movie moment material right there. If only she'd stuck to the script. That's actually super ducking cute. I'm glad someone thinks so, because all she did was ask the girls in the class who lost their necklace. For the purposes of this post, my name is Mark. I saw a coin on the ground while talking to a girl, and decided to show off how cool I was in a humorous way. I don't know why everyone thinks I'm so cool at everything I do. Hey look, a penny. I picked up the coin and then started celebrating. Go Mark. Go Mark. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. The humor being that I was oblivious to being cool at even the little things, like picking up coins. Duck, I was horrible. It hurts me to even read this. It's like your mom was embarrassing you but you did it for her, and she wasn't even there. In class I would never say or do anything. I would just occasionally look at her. Then I would go home and cry myself to sleep over the fact that I'm going to die alone. Ah yes, this is more my speed. Bonus points if she occasionally does the same and you're like, whoa, maybe she likes me too and you still don't say anything. Go home and cry yourself to sleep. Are you me? I sat in a corner and thought really hard about him saying something to me instead. You had more courage than me. I tried to impress my crush by showing her my stiff wiener while my mom was watching. Can't remember it though, but my mom likes to bring it up every now and then. Edit. BTW, I was like 5. What the duck? I was 5 at the time. Did not know any better at the time. Edit. Now. Known. Edit 2. Known. No. I'm not sure if you being 5 makes it cute or even more disgusting. He said that it was stiff, if that gives any indication. If you say it is cute, you're going to end up on a list. We have a winner. Join a club at school, then spend a bunch of money I didn't really have to spend on going on a club related trip. I hoped it'd be my shot to get some alone time with her and make my move, but she ended up pulling out of the trip and I didn't know until we were about to leave. Bought her a piano. It didn't work. She kept the piano. Hey man, I'll take a piano. The teachers at my old school really enforced the no running in the hallway rule we had, and one day, she was running to get to her class or friends or something. I'm not sure. I stopped her, being the teacher's pet I was, and told her she was getting a ticket for running. I said the payment was a number. The piece of paper I had given to her was thrown in my face and she ran off. Edit. I was a student, not a teacher. In 5th grade I was nothing but cringe. He came to my birthday party, so I was in love with him. This wasn't just a crush. I'd had those before. I wanted him in a way I had never wanted a boy before. Of course. Being 11, I had no idea how to handle these new and confusing feelings. I also didn't bathe much because I'm slightly allergic to soap and nobody believed me. So, I sat way too close to him, flowed him around, and wrote his name surrounded by a heart on everything I owned so he could see. I also made several threats towards his girlfriend. If I could, I'd reach back into the past and give young me a good slap. In middle school, I had this serious crush on a girl who was really beautiful and pretty good at academics like me. Every day in math class, I used to finish the problem before her, yet wait for about 10 minutes so that we could both say the answer at the same time. She looked back and smiled at me, and that was enough motivation to continue this tactic for about the next 6 months. I still cringe at this memory. Wait, this is actually so cute though. It would have worked if you'd actually asked her out. Posted this a year ago, but the question is too fitting. When I was in 6th grade, my parents talked me into going to a week-long church camp I knew of, but didn't know personally any of the kids going. But they sold me that everyone would praise Jesus, ride horses, and have a good time. I decided to go. It was like a 6-hour drive in one of those big white vans. Quickly everyone started whipping out their CD cases and exchanging music, and I instantly was like duck. I only had 2 CDs. Britney Spears' Baby One More Time and Everclear. I was a really weird kid. Everyone was trying to talk to me about music and I had honestly never heard of any of the bands they were talking about. I just wanted to jam some Britney to myself. So naturally, I went the elitist route. Said I had all of that music and I was listening to some new underground private shit they hadn't heard of. Once we get to camp, all I'm thinking is let's find some friends quick because I can't talk to these kids anymore. I go to the pool and make some friends with a few older kids. There were 3 girls, 2 guys, and me. They were all in 8th grade, so obviously they were really cool. Plus, I thought the girls were really hot. I figured this would be the best time, if any, to get my first kiss. Their windshield wipers were turned up to the maximum with all the game 6th grade me was spitting. We decided to leave the pool and walk around the camp till we all had to have a group meet up. The cabins were separated by grades, so they said they would walk by the 6th grade cabin and pick me up. First thing I do is put on my freshest outfit. Great time to break out my fresh white t-shirt. Can't forget my Jean shorts. This was pre-faded denim, so this was the industrial bright blue Jean shorts. It's summer in Texas, so I might as well top the outfit off with knee-high white socks. And, of course, for the beaches, Doc Martens. I look like a weird redneck lumberjack, so I walk out and they're kind of like WTF. But whatever, it's kiss time. We start walking and one of the older guys farts and all the girls laugh. Boom. Found my friend Travis and I have been making fart jokes for quite some time, so I'm up to speed on this area of humor. Bam. The other guy farts and all the girls laugh even harder. Got him. Now I'm thinking all I have to do is drop the biggest fart and literally the girls are going to laugh so hard they're going to each kiss me one by one. I start clenching and squeezing my stomach as hard as I can. I'm walking like a newborn deer. Then I feel it. Got a big one ready. So, instead of just dropping it out and laughing, I wanted to make a big show about it. I run in front of the small group, squat down, turn just my head around, and forcefully shit myself. This was all out diarrhea. If you didn't know this before, early 90s denim was the least forgiving fabric in the world. Everyone knew I ship. It's running down my leg, being soaked up by my knee-high socks. Instantly, I just react and start running, kicking up shit like mud off a truck. I've never been to this camp before, so I'm just running for anything. I find a bathroom, toss the socks, boxers, shirt, but I couldn't drop the jorts. I can't just walk across the church camp naked. Plus at this point I'm thinking maybe they didn't really see it. I was really confident in my speed at the time, so I was thinking I could say that's my thing. I drop giant farts and run before the smell catches me. Come to find out, not only were the 5 people I ship in front of outside the bathroom waiting for me, but there were like 25 kids. Instantly, I just ran in my docs and jorts combo back to the cabin I was staying in with the other kids chasing me and yelling shit pants. I run to my bed to find all the music nerds I drove up with going through my CD case. It only has the 2 CDs. They are like WTF. Thought you had tons of secret music, bro. Wait, did you ship your pants? So yeah, that was about 4 hours into a week-long trip. I really thought farting would impress these girls. I lost my favorite pair of jorts and pride that day. Edit. Thanks for the gold. For that I will sweeten the story. This was from maybe a year later. imgur.com link. Thanks for watching, mate. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more high quality content.